what's up, guys, and welcome back to the Stocks with Mike and Tom show. We have a lot to talk about today. The market tanked off, seeing the SPY down like 2% on the day. The NASDAQ also got destroyed. We had the QQQ close down nearly 3%. So we're seeing a lot of momentum, a lot of action today. We have a ton of great plays for tomorrow, so make sure you guys stick around for that. And if you guys are new here, don't forget to subscribe. And guys, let us know what stocks you are watching in the comments down below so we can cover them in the next video. So if you're looking at some dip buy stocks, or you're looking at stocks for puts or TLT or whatever, let us know in the comments down below and we'll take a look at them in the next video. But Tom, what happened in the market today?
Yeah, the biggest thing was that we really saw stocks across the board starting to really sell off today, and it got really accelerated. We can see that Microsoft on the daily chart really started turning over to the downside. We posted a pretty bad red day, down 3.6%. Like you said, the NASDAQ itself was down 2.8%. That's a huge move to the downside for such a big indice. We can see here on my daily chart, we haven't had these type of huge moves to the downside like this in a while, and the last one was that gap down a couple weeks ago, but man, this is not looking good. We fell below that 360 support on the QQQ. The SPY actually fell below 440 this morning, ended up falling all the way down to around that 433 support. It looks like intraday. It was a really bad sell-off today. And CNBC's reporting this was because of the jump in treasury yields today, Mike. And we could see that TLT had a pretty bad day to the downside. It actually gapped down this morning in pre-market, and then at the end of the day continued its kind of ascent to the downside.
For sure. So there are a couple reasons for this sell-off. Like Tom mentioned, we do have rates rising, which normally is a bad thing for stocks, especially tech stocks. So that's why we're seeing the QQQ down more than the SPY. And that's why we're really seeing stocks like Microsoft and just other growth in tech stocks struggle. On top of that, we're still seeing that profit taking going on in the market overall. It's still September, which is normally one of the worst months for the stock market. On top of that, we have that whole Evergrande situation still going on. And then we have a very unpredictable political climate. So there are a couple factors into this, but those rising rates definitely hurt a lot of these tech and growth stocks. And I bet a lot of people are wondering what stocks to play when the market overall is falling, and that would be plays like VXX, UVXY, and SPXS. All of these stocks normally explode up when the market falls off. Like we can see the SPX is up like 6% today.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty big rise, and we can see VXX was up 10%, UVXY up even more at 15%, and these stocks can really start to fly. And honestly, they closed pretty strong today as the SPY kind of fell back down. But Mike, we actually have Fed Chairman Powell getting attacked today by Senator Elizabeth Warren, and CNBC's reporting on the subject, but Powell was giving a testimony to the Senate today, and she actually came out and called him a dangerous man and said that she will oppose his renomination. And she actually said in quotes directly to Powell, almost directly to his face, "Your record gives me grave concerns. Over and over, you have acted to make our banking system less safe, and that makes you a dangerous man to head the Fed. And it's why I will be opposing your renomination." And that's exactly what she said. Powell did not even respond to her comments. So it was just a really weird situation. And, a lot of Powell and a lot of these guys in the Fed have been taking a lot of flack lately, Mike. And, there was those reports coming out about Powell and some of those Fed presidents buying some securities and stuff like that. And, that's not too uncommon. I know that that's been happening for a while now. So I know that even like Nancy Pelosi buys a lot of stocks. So like if they're going to try to say stuff like that, I just don't understand. But either way, she came out and attacked Powell, and, he did testify to the Senate, and his testimony did not go very well. Honestly, I think a lot of his actions and statements today made the market go down. He pretty much reiterated that inflation is kind of getting out of control. And I heard lots of negative things about the market again.
Yeah, he's getting attacked for sure. I look on CNBC today and I see like the top headline, he's being called a dangerous man, like we can see here. So he's definitely getting a little negative attention, you can say, right there in the headline. So let us know what you guys think of Powell in the comments down below. Looking at the market, he has done a pretty good job over the past year or two, I should say. The market's really been booming up, and that's one of his jobs. So the market he's definitely been doing pretty good with. But then Tom, do you have any other major news for us or anything you saw in the market today?
We did see some stocks kind of pop back up like CHPT again today. And, there is that kind of still lingering news with the infrastructure bill possibly coming up later this week. And then also just kind of getting that budget stimulus passed and all that stuff. So, there's a couple things going through Congress. It could still affect these stocks later in the week. And, CHPT actually had a pretty nice move to the upside today. I know some of the other stocks like Plug and others fell, but CHPT might be moving pretty well, and it might be because of this infrastructure bill possibly coming up later. Just lots of stuff going on in the political climate right now. So really have your eyes in that sector.
Good stuff. So let's get right into our momentum plays for tomorrow. And with the first one, we have LMND to the downside.
Yeah, and with Lemonade, go ahead and make them fall right below that $67 support.
All right, and with the next one, we have RDFN.
Yep, Redfin, another one to the downside. And man, these guys really turned around. Make them fall right below $51.
All right, and then with the next one, we have MSFT.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened to Microsoft, but even at the end of the day today, they got even lower, I should say. Make them fall below 282.75. If they break that, then just make them fall below 282.
All right, so we were watching these 3 plays for potential day trades to the downside tomorrow. If they break below the levels Tom listed, we like them for quick in and out plays to the downside. But let's shout out our member of the day, which is Edwin_C. Huge shout out, Edwin. Thanks for being a great member of the community. And I saw that you had an awesome profit on JMIA yesterday. So awesome job with that. And, just thanks for being a great member of the community. Tom and I really appreciate it. But let's get right into these comments from the previous video. With the first comment, we have Trey saying, hey guys, what do you think about a month out calls for BABA? I understand Chinese stocks can be risky, but with it this low, I feel that it has to start a reversal soon. So one thing to keep in mind is a month out, there's not a ton of time with those options. And another thing to keep in mind is the implied volatility, which is relatively high right now. So if you wanted to play BABA or Chinese stocks to the upside, I really think shares would be your best bet.
Yeah, I do too. And, I think that's just the main way to go because there could be a lot of stuff go on right now. And also the IV is very high. But the main thing is that it might not pop right away. It might pop up to 160 and then consolidate down here for a couple months before finally rising. And the main thing is that you want to have that extra time right now, especially with that implied volatility being high. I think I would do a mic set and just go for just getting shares. I think that's a lot safer.
And then another thing to keep in mind, like you said, Tom, is look, it might not pop in a month from now. It might just consolidate for a month and then pop up. It might sell off more with the Evergrande situation. So at least if you did grab shares, you're not like you don't have to predict the timing perfectly. So that's just another thing to keep in mind. And then we have Dan saying, when will the big short cover? He's getting crushed with his Tesla short position. So, looking at Tesla, they had a slight red day today, nothing too major. And that's the $1 million question. We'll probably end up finding out when he exited his Tesla position a couple months after he ends up closing it. But either way, Tesla, it's still making lower highs. That all-time high is right around $900. And I don't know, the market's selling off a little bit. So maybe the big short is onto something, and maybe we see Tesla fall lower.
Yeah, and Tesla actually hit $799 yesterday, right by that $800 resistance. So, and then it got totally rejected today. So we might see a continuation to the downside. Tesla looked like it was finally breaking out above this blue trend line, Mike. And man, it hit that 800 resistance and got totally rejected. So until we break $800, I don't think I'm going to be too bullish on Tesla. And the thing is that with Burry, he might have already closed his position. We honestly don't know yet because of how long it takes those reports to come out. But I would think he might still be in too. And, if we do see the overall market, like the SPY, start to really sell off like we saw today, just expect Tesla to go down with that. It's going to be so hard for Tesla to keep going up with that type of momentum. If the SPY is falling down 2% on the daily, that's just a pretty bad drop, and that type of action will generally spill over into other stocks like Tesla.
All right, and then we have Rara saying, great video, guys. Can you guys talk about gold and GLD? I bought some to hedge, and I don't really want to hold for more than a few weeks. So I think it looks pretty good. The only thing is the time frame. You know, if you don't want to hold for more than a few weeks, and if it is a hedge play, I feel like you're going to have to hold for a little bit longer than that, depending on the movement. But I would say overall it looks pretty good. It doesn't have a ton of momentum right now, but it's not really too correlated with the market. And, you know, if we see a bunch of other assets start to sell off and we see rates rise, I can definitely see gold prices rising. You know, it's a unique hedge because it's not really too correlated to the market overall, but I like the setup.
Yeah, me too. And it's down by support. So hopefully it can end up bouncing over here in the short term. And that would be the really good thing, especially with the market going down. One thing that is a little scary is that the GLD did kind of fall today with the SPY. So that is a little bit worrisome to me. But other than that, you know, GLD is right by support and the SPY is like up there around all-time highs. So I feel like the GLD definitely has a lot of potential for the longer term. But like you said, I know you're only looking for it for a few weeks, so it could be a lot harder.
All right, and then we have Conor McGregor saying Qualcomm is looking tasty. So QCOM, it's down like almost 3% on the day. I saw that MU tanked in after hours, so you know it's probably not bad for like a dip buy with Qualcomm. But to be completely honest with you, I really wouldn't be surprised if we retested like 120 or 115 over the next couple months, or maybe even lower. So maybe wait a little bit on that dip buy.
Yeah, I would agree. You know, we made lower highs on the daily and man, it really fell over today. And you know, I'm really biased towards these chip stocks. I love them for the long term, but you know, I'm a realistic person. It's starting to turn over right now. And man, if we continue below 130 on Qualcomm, I think we could see that sell off really start to accelerate. Like you said, Mike, possibly down to even like 120 or 115. I would not be surprised by that at all.
Right, so guys, if you aren't in the Stocked Up Discord already, definitely check it out. It's going to be that first link in the comments down below. It's completely free, free day trades every single day in a great community to chat with. And if you need any help, you can definitely join it. It's completely free, and there's a bunch of great traders in there. It's going to be that first link in the comments down below. And don't forget to let us know what stocks you are watching in the comments down below so we can cover them in the next video. And if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe. And Tom, do you have any last minute stocks, options, or anything you are watching heading into tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm actually keeping my eye on these crude oil stocks. You know, usually I'm looking at these to the upside lately, but as of right now, look at crude oil here on the futures on this daily chart. We can see a pretty big double top going on right around $75 up here. And I would be really careful right now if you're holding oil stocks for the long term. If we double top here and you see oil start to really fall back down towards that 70 support and possibly even lower, I feel like stocks like Exxon and Mobil and CVX could start to really get hurt in the short term. But if oil breaks out, these stocks could start to really run. But you know, I would really think that oil might double top here. So watch out for the next few days. You might be able to get some good put opportunities in, maybe on CVX or XOM. But one stock that might really go up if oil starts to fall is DRIP. It's trading at $5.60 a share right now because oil has been really flying up towards highs. And if oil starts to drop, this stock could really double or triple or really go up. And I'm not saying to be super speculative with it or anything, but you might be able to catch a quick day trade or something like that on it tomorrow or maybe the next few days if this double top works out.
There we go. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Don't forget, if you have any questions, let us know in the comments down below. But other than that, thanks for watching.